The first thing I have to do now in working on the body is to remove the body from the chassis. The chassis, as you can see, is very very substantial in this vehicle. And to work on the body properly in terms of what I need to do underneath, I really need to lift the body off and eventually turn the body on its side so I can work easily on the sills. That saves me lying on my back under the car and trying to weld upside down. So first thing I need to do is to get the body off. The body is normally held by 8 bolts. The previous owners have actually helped me in this in removing the bolts. There's one at the front here, 2 in the centre, and 1 in the rear on this side. What I will be doing is to make a brace to lift it from the floor. So I'll put a bracing along here and across the vehicle so I can make a steel cradle and then lift the body off the chassis. I can't lift it from the roof because there's actually a timber frame up around the roof that actually, this particular pillar here bolts into a timber frame on the roof. So you can't lift it from the roof without destroying the timber and distorting the body. I'll also, when I make this steel cradle in the middle, I'll put some crossed braces across the vehicle to stop the body from twisting when I try and turn it on its side. Anyway, there's a lot of work to be done. It'll take a while to make up this cradle, but certainly that's the starting point. Well, today's the day that I hope to be able to take the body off the chassis. I've made the cradle, I've balanced the slings. I've got a couple of extra slings each end to stop the body from tilting as it goes up. So here we go. Okay, so far so good. The body's up. The next thing I've got to do is that I've got to lower it down onto an axle I'm putting on this side so I can then tilt the body over. So I just need to prepare for that. Now the theory behind this is that I don't have a rotisserie. I do have an old trailer axle, so I'm hoping to be able to lift up one side and have a pivot on the axle on the other side so I can lift the side of the vehicle up so I can actually access the underneath. So let's see how this goes. I'm hoping it'll work. that seemed to work. What I'll do now is secure this so it doesn't wobble around, and then we'll have a look at what's underneath. Here we can see the extent of the rust. The inner sill is rusted completely out, and also the outer sill is gone as well. I'll need to cut these sections out and replace them. I'll probably do the inner sill first, and then tip it up the other way and do the outer sill. The opposite side is not as bad. The outer sill looks reasonably solid, but when I tip it over I'll have a closer look at that. But certainly this is the side I'll start on, and I'll start replacing these whole sections of inner sill. And I'll have to make up the panels, because you just can't buy the replacement panels for those.